All right, here we go. Summer School 2024. We're getting ready. Teachers, this video is for you so that you kind of know what's going on. Two really big changes that we have to know about. First off, we're going to be at the high school this summer, not at the middle school. So this is going to be the first time in about 5 or 6 years that we've been at the high school. We're there mostly because of the construction that is going on. But it's going to allow us to have some neat options that we haven't had for a few years. Also, our 4K and 5K students will be at Lanois instead of being at Hillcrest. We've been at both of these places before. So we've been at Lanois and we've also been at the high school. So none of them are going to be new. It's just going to be a little bit different for some of you, and for some of you, you haven't been there, so it will be new for you. Couple things that we have to figure out right away. June 12th, open house is going to be at both of those locations from 5 to 7 p.m. That's not something that's mandatory for you to be at, but it is a good time for you to get there and maybe get your room set up a little bit. And you can kind of see some of your families. They'll come in and you could have a little bit of a chance to introduce yourself. So that would be good. Also, we're done with school on this Thursday. So we would start on Monday. We're going to start with moving over to the high school. So if you guys are going to want to start getting into your rooms, you could start on June 3rd and go all the way through June 14th to get into your rooms. You'll be able to use your fobs, and then they'll be shut off for a time, and then we'll turn them back on once we get closer to that June 17th time. If you're a teacher that's from out of district, you will have to get a fob. That's something that you could pick up on the open house night, or you could get it during a different time by just contacting us and coming over, and then we'd have a fob for you, and then you'd be able to kind of start getting into your rooms. If you're going to be setting up your rooms at Lanois, we might not be out there obviously all the time, so you might want to give us a call first when you're planning on going out there, and then we'll meet you out there and get you into your rooms. Middle school is still going to be used real sparingly. We're going to use the gym a few times. We're also obviously going to use the swimming pool because that's the only spot that we have it, and we might use the small gym, but that's going to be it. If you're using the gym or the small gym, you're on your own for getting over there. So you'll just walk over to the middle school and be able to do that. Our swimming program will actually use a shuttle bus. We have to do that because we need to get our kids over there and be able to get them changed so that they can spend enough time in their pool to be able to get their level passed. So we have to have enough time to be able to have the lessons taught that they can get in there. A few more things. There is going to be 2 classes that are going to happen down at Glenbrook, and that's quite a walk from the doors over at the high school to Glenbrook, and so they will also be utilizing that shuttle bus that the middle school is using for swimmers. And so we'll have those things organized for you and be able to get your kids back and forth a little bit quicker. Teachers, as we're going forward, anybody who is from out of district, of course, and any of our teachers, just so you kind of know, the expectation is that you'll be there probably by about 7:50 or so in the morning. And then we'll try to keep the kids in the commons area. And then at that time, we'll start sending them off to their classes. But we would like to have it so our teachers are actually in the classroom, so our kids aren't going to unsupervised area. So if you could please help us with that, that would be great. Just so you know how our days are going to look. Our first day and our first day of each of the terms, first day of term 1, term 2, and term 3, we're going to start off in the gymnasium. So we'll be in the gym, and if you've been with us before, you know what that's like. There'll be signs that are up and there'll be rosters beneath them. And then all the kids will come in. We'll have almost 1,000 kids that are in the gym, and they'll be lined up by their classes. You'll be there to check them in a little bit. You'll also pick up your white basket, which has another roster that you'll be able to utilize yourself. And then you will, once your kids are all there, then you'll be able to head off to your classroom. We'll also, at that point, I'll start spending a little bit of time on the announcements, and so I'll talk you through the first day. So don't worry too much about not knowing exactly what you're doing. I'll be able to kind of walk you through everything. But one of the things that we'd like you to do is make sure you take a little bit of time and you go through and show the kids where they are. Show them where they are in the building, where they are in relation to a bathroom, and then make sure that they can make their way back to the commons area as well. Remember that our classes run from 8 to 9:30. They also run from 9:30 to 11 as second period, and then at 11 o'clock we'll have lunch. During those times, I'll be making sure that I'm going through on the announcements, and I'll be talking to you and I'm making sure that everybody knows what's going on. One of the things that'll be very important is that we are taking attendance in our classrooms. We hope that we'll be able to do that on the first day. Sometimes we struggle with a few of our teachers getting into Skyward or getting into their classes, and so you'll just have to be patient with us, but we'll try to take attendance during every class. And the other thing is in between the classes. So when 9:30 rolls along, I'll move the kids from one class and then start moving them to their second period classes. We need to have our teachers and our aides out in the hallways so that we can help our kids be able to find where they're going from one class to another. At 11 o'clock is when our lunches will start. There'll be a lunch at 11 o'clock, and then there'll be one at 11:45, and there'll be one at 12:30. During those times, we will have 2 Red Raider Rec kids that will come to your classroom, and they'll take your class from you. So please stay with your class until the Red Raider Rec kids come and then pick them up. We'll have 1 kid in the front, 1 kid at the back, and they'll walk them down like a bunch of ducks to the commons area for lunch, okay? Once we get done with that third period at 1:15, we have somewhere between 50 and 60% of our kids that will leave the building. So they'll be done for the day. They will walk out door number 9. The parents will have to come up. The parents will pick them up. They'll walk back to the parking lot, get in their cars, and then they'll drive off. And then at that point, our fourth period will begin. Okay, so with that, now I'm talking only to our fourth period classroom teachers. You will go, many of your classes will be spent outside. You'll take attendance and then you'll head outside. We'll need you to try to get back to your classrooms by 3 o'clock or so. And then at that point, about 3:05 or so, we'll start calling the kids down and they will come down to get into their bus lines to be heading home. But that's kind of what our day will look like. Okay, the only other thing I believe that I really have to talk to you about is making sure that you know when our terms start. So our first term of summer school does not start until June 17th. So we'll be done with school here on May 30th, and you'll have, you know, quite a few days before we do that. That gives you a lot of time to get your classroom set up. It also gives you a lot of time to get lost. So hopefully you'll have some time to rest and relax, and then you'll be able to come back and hit the first term strong. Our terms are June 17th to June 28th. Then we have a week off, and then we will go July 8th through July 19th. And then we'll go again, the third term will start right after that and go July 22nd to August 2nd. We're looking forward to an absolutely wonderful summer. And if you have any questions at all or need anything, this is my phone number. So you can just give me a call. This is my cell phone, and I'll have this with me 24 hours a day. And I'm very much okay with you calling at any time. So call me up, and then we can get everything squared away. Thank you very much. We'll see you on either the 12th or sometime as you come in to get your classroom set up. And for sure, we will see you on June 17th. One more real quick thing that I had to add is that when it comes to supplies, remember that if you would like us to buy your supplies for you, you just need to get a list to us. You can get them right off of your Amazon account that you have and then send that cart to us and we can take care of that. The other thing is making sure that you know if you get that to us, we'll be able to use a purchase order and take care of it. If there's certain things that you need to buy, you can buy them yourselves and then get reimbursed for it as well. But if you do that, please make sure you give us a call and then we can talk to Cheryl in our business office to get you a tax exempt form so you're not paying taxes on that stuff. I think that's it. Thank you very much.